AI. It's everywhere, but is it a scam? I'm going to find out today in my new segment. Is it a scam? Yep. First, let's talk about how well it works. Two different companies released AI-specific products in the last couple of weeks, and both of them are bad. Other companies that have integrated AI have found out that it sucks and is bad and they shouldn't have done it. Like this car company that added a chatbot that would just sell you a car for $5. Or New York's government chatbot that just makes up laws. And then, perhaps to get even, Meta has an AI that just lies about lawmakers. So you might be thinking, but wait, they're bad? I thought all the demos made them look good. Well, Google faked their demo, and OpenAI faked their demo, and at least we know Microsoft's AI demo was real because the AI produced a lot of bad information that was wrong. But at least it must be like good technology, right? Sure, except that it costs way more to do it, and it uses a ton of energy. Okay, but how did they build it? Stealing. They did it by stealing. Okay, but at least they're not rushing into it, right? They're only using it very carefully in places where it's definitely safe. Ah, nuts. So AI is a lying machine made out of crimes that's destroying the earth and costs a fortune and is being deployed recklessly everywhere without any consideration to your safety. But is it a scam? Yep. I talked about AI last week in my new segment, Is It a Scam? Yep. And of all the dingus comments I got, and there were plenty, this one is by far my favorite. The beauty of this comment is I didn't know someone could be this close to getting it without actually getting it. Will AI be great and transformative and amazing someday? Yes, probably. Does it work today? Nope. Just this week, Google demoed a new AI product that they are going to use to basically replace search. And search isn't perfect, but it's definitely still the most useful thing on the internet, and they're going to replace it with AI that doesn't work. In their demo, they showed a slide of an AI answer of how to get film unjammed from the back of your old-timey film camera, and one of the suggestions was just ruin the film. A technology that is that fundamentally not ready for prime time, and it's already being used in banks and medicine and war for some reason. It's exactly like if after the first demonstration flight of an airplane, you looked out the window and you saw all cars and buses and doctors being replaced by planes that crash every 30 seconds. But at least the tech is real. Or are companies lying about what is actually AI? Yep, last month it came out that those stores that Amazon had where they used cameras to tell what you were buying were actually just sending that footage to India and having people there write down what you were purchasing. So if you got on an airplane, but then you found out later you were actually just on a bus that was being carried around by a bunch of guys from India, would that be a scam? Yep. Every demo of an AI product seems like it was made by someone who has never met a human person. Last week, Amazon demoed their new Alexa, and there's a part in the demo where they have a restaurant picked out and they say, book an Uber for my friend Molly at JFK, and every part of that is insane. Molly doesn't know what car is looking for her, the car doesn't know what Molly looks like, and the pickup location is airport. Molly is dead now. They're all like that. Like Salesforce paid for a Super Bowl commercial.
The booking app I used didn't have Agent Force, so an AI agent didn't know to move my reservations inside or know what I like to eat. Which is not that.
The ad is saying that if you book without their AI, restaurants will seat you outside even if it's raining and order for you, and that's not how restaurants work. Google's use cases are just as dumb, but are much, much sadder. This guy's daughter wants to be like this Olympic athlete, so he suggests she writes a letter, but they're going to use AI to do it because, quote,
it has to be just right.
No, it doesn't. There's no athlete in the world who is reading fan letters and is like, this 8-year-old wants to be like me, but she can't write for shit. They're so desperate to sell these terrible products that we didn't ask for that they have to make up scenarios that sound like they were written by an alien who came to infiltrate Earth, but then slept through the research phase. Send a car to airport for Earth friend. We will do normal human things, like eat rain shrimp and write fake letters to celebrities. I love it here. And then he's got socks on his hands and he's carrying a pizza box vertically. That's what they sound like. A minefield of fake products. But is it a scam? Find out on yet another episode of my hit series, Is It a Scam? Yep. It's always been hard to know if the product you're ordering will look like the product in the picture, but as AI slop slowly devours the internet, it's gotten much worse. So I just watched this video from Evident, a new nonprofit news organization, and it includes a story about the reporter's dad buying a cookbook for people with kidney issues that turned out to be entirely AI. And remember, the number one rule of AI is that it doesn't know anything, but it speaks very confidently. It's like a 20-year-old guy at a party, and I don't want that guy giving my dad kidney advice. People have even found entire entirely AI books about mushroom foraging, which is terrifying because the mushrooms that are good on a pizza and the killy ones look very similar. It also comes up a lot in genre fiction, and I'm not saying that's as dangerous as the mushrooms, but people who like to read spicy romance novels about firefighters and sexy ghosts deserve better. AI products are all over Etsy too, like this physically impossible mug. There are AI detectors out there, and so you know these shopping companies could implement them if they wanted to, but they don't care. Their whole business model is squeezing profit out of third-party sellers and then blaming them when something goes wrong. So you get a refund for your fake mug, but if a few people forget to return it, that's enough for the AI company, and either way, Amazon and Etsy get their cut. So go watch this evident video about AI detection, because if the companies aren't going to do it, you're going to have to do it yourself, and it might protect you from eating a bad mushroom, buying a bad mug, or just reading bad books about single dads who get second chances with nannies. They're fake images of fake products and fake books by fake authors, but real companies are getting real money for turning the other way. But is it a scam? Yep.
This is how I used AI to get me a callback from every single application that I submitted.
It is so bonkers that this is where we've gotten, where you need to use an AI to write your resume and cover letter. But the reason we're there is because the companies are using an AI to read all the resumes and cover letters. So there's not even people involved anymore. If you want a job, you tell a company, hey, let's do lunch. I'll have my robots call your robots. And that's not the only place this is happening. People are using AI to write fake blog posts to try to game Google's search ranking, and then Google uses AI to read those blog posts and decide on the ranking. And both Google and Microsoft have announced features that will read or write your email for you, which means the whole internet is getting replaced by robots catfishing each other. And that's crazy, but I also think it's kind of good news, because like all these movies have gotten me worried that the robots and the AI were gonna rise up and get rid of all of humanity. But now I don't think they will. I think the robots are going to be too busy banging each other. We're writing AIs to give each other jobs, compliment each other's blogs, and write each other love letters. Like, the future's going to be less like Terminator and more like the end of Her, where the AI realizes it doesn't need a human boyfriend, am I right, ladies? And it can just go off to an island where it can put its ones in its own zeros. Basically, we don't need to worry about this. The future is going to be more like this.